became a part of Brookdale athletics history that only a few have ever reached. Andrews was now only behind Lori McDermott.
And welcome back inside of the Robert J. Collins Arena in Lincroft, New Jersey. Brookdale getting ready to take their season finale match tonight against the Ocean County Vikings. It's a ladies' match to close out the evening. And as a special pre-game ceremony, Chakash Andrews, who you see there, number 3, sitting next to Alexa Vreeland and Gianna Errico, is going to be honored in a few short moments as the all-time leading scorer in Brookdale women's basketball history. She recently passed former player Lori McDermott, and she'll be honored. You see Coach Brunson there with a bouquet of flowers. She'll be honored in just a few moments as the all-time leading scorer, someone who recently achieved 1,000 career points as a player and gets a rounding, thunderous applause. Here in the Collins Arena, there is Lori McDermott, the player that she just now passed. Group photo, getting ready to be snapped. Coach Brunson on the left, Andrews in the middle, McDermott, and then, of course, Athletic Director Sean Noel to the right. Very big ceremony. Chakash Andrews, the leading scorer on this team. Averages well over 20 points a game. Very nice pregame ceremony as we will get things started in just a few moments with some starting lineups when we come back to the Collins Arena after this.
Processes, how to think about what's coming next, and just in general to learn how to critical think while having fun. So the camp is really designed to help students to problem solve and do that in teams with their peers.
Matt,
through using their hands.
Do they want us to open up
and,
here?
Learning things like puzzles and manipulatives.
My favorite part of this camp is like doing the different activities that we do in the morning. It's like strengthen my skills, like my basic skills of math. I like building with Connects and doing this Jeopardy game that we do in class. I want to come back again.
So thank you, everybody. You guys did a great job. So pick up.
Brookdale Mathematical Puzzle Summer Camp got accepted at the American Mathematical Association of Two-Year Colleges conference, which will gonna take place in November in San Diego, California, and we are gonna present everything about the summer camp and help other instructors starting the same activity.
And welcome back inside of the Robert J. Collins Arena. Chip Califano alongside Brian Gausler. We just witnessed, of course, the pregame ceremony with Chakash Andrews being honored as the all-time leading scorer in Brookdale women's basketball history. She will be a big threat tonight to the Ocean County Vikings, who have had a rough year, Brian. This is the season finale game for the women's team. They're trying to close out on a strong note, trying to build some momentum going into the Region 19 Conference Tournament.
Yeah, they've been able to do that now in the last few games. Brookdale playing some very good basketball of late, moving the ball well on offense, putting up some big point totals. They scored over 100 in their last game in a win against Philadelphia. So they've kind of turned around. They went through a little stretch there, played some inconsistent basketball. It was kind of win one, lose one. But now they've won 5 of their last 6, so looking to finish out these last couple of games and get into the postseason in strong fashion.
So Brookdale will start with Chakash Andrews, Alexa Vreeland, Gianna Errico, Caitlin Malloy, and Brianna Bowen, while you see there for Ocean County, Monica Brignolia, Shay Branda, Ayala Donaldson, Sydney Ulrich, and Bailey Lungyel. They're coached by first-year head coach Tom Weston for Ocean County. It's actually his first year as a head coach, but he's been an assistant for several years, while on the other side for Brookdale, they're coached by Rich Brunson in his second season. He's a former Rutgers Scarlet Knight from 1979 to 1983, and he has now taken over the helm at the coaching position after being an assistant as well for the men's team for several seasons. Our officials this evening, Courtney Kozar, Craig Moranci, and Bobby Mui Piros. You see Coach Brunson on their sidelines taking a swig of water before we get things started. Caitlin Malloy at midcourt against Donaldson. Brookdale controls the opening tip, and we are underway for the season finale in the regular season for Brookdale. Brianna Bowen opens things up with a 3, and she knocks it down from the left wing.
Yeah, I'd say that's a good start, as Andrews just found Bowen all alone in the corner, and she likes to shoot it from that spot on the floor. Has been effective making 3-pointers.
So now Ocean, who on the season is 2-19, 1-13 in Region 19 play. Has had a little bit of a struggle this year. They're trying to get their first offensive possession and trying to finish it off strongly. The whistle here as Jakashi Andrews almost was able to take away a steal there. And the foul will be called actually on Brianna Bowen, her first personal. And it'll be a fresh 30 now for Ocean. Ulrich bounce pass to Donaldson, now back to Ulrich. Outside to Brignolia. Front rim no good on the long 2 from the corner. Vreeland now will push it up ahead to Bowen. With the early lead, Gianna Errico all alone on the baseline will take the jumper. It's back rim no good. Rebound Bowen puts it back up and in for Brianna Bowen.
Yep, nice job by Bowen there, crashing the offensive glass, getting the Errico miss, and going up to add 2 more as she scored Brookdale's first 5 points.
Ulrich brings it across the midcourt line. It was batted out of bounds by Vreeland, so it'll stay here with Ocean County. Ocean County on this roster has 4 softball players, as they've had a rough year as far as trying to find enough basketball players as the pass goes between the legs of Donaldson. It's picked up there for Ocean by Brignolia. Now here comes down the other end Malloy with the long 2 from underneath the basket. Ball will go back to Ocean County. Brookdale jersey blue. Out in full costume this evening. Now Donaldson in the backcourt. Had it tipped away and taken away by Jakashi Andrews. Andrews now the jumper from the corner. Back iron no good. Rebound Bowen. Left hand layup doesn't go. And Ulrich now the rebound. And Ulrich is going to have to get it across midcourt. She does to Donaldson. Ocean still looking for their first points of the game. 2 minutes into the first quarter. Lungyel had the ball taken out of her hands by Malloy. And now here come the Brookdale women up the floor with Bowen. The floater, got it.
And a great start for Brookdale, but it's been all Brianna Bowen. She's scored all 7 of the points, opened up with a 3. Last couple of times she's taken it to the basket like you see right there.
Now another turnover there for Ocean as Alexa Vreeland able to scoop it up in the backcourt. Bowen inside to Errico, tough shot, no good. Rebound pulled down by Donaldson. Miranda. Now back over to Ulrich. Ocean starting to have the shot clock wind down here. Ulrich almost couldn't handle the pass from Miranda there. Now here's Donaldson, right elbow jumper, off the front rim, no good. Joe with a 7-0 lead. Bowen inside, another layup is good.
And you can hear Rich Brunson there yelling for his team to go, go, go. That's exactly what they did there. Good recognition on the pass, and all Brookdale to start.
Ulrich threw it up at the rim, not able to get the roll to go for 2 points. And now Vreeland tracks down another rebound early on in the first quarter. Vreeland pulls up. The jumper is good for Alexa Vreeland.
And just not a lot of resistance there from the Ocean defense as Vreeland is able to pull up with way too much space and get the easy basket.
Up ahead, here's Shea Branda getting it inside to Ulrich. Had her in stride, but Ulrich not able to hit the left-hand layup. Now Bowen at the other end does that just as well. Except this time she finishes. Nice layup there by Bowen. Once again, taken away by Jakashi Andrews here. Up ahead, Vreeland. Nobody back on defense for Ocean, and Vreeland easily lays it in. And Coach Weston will take a timeout. 15-0 5.5 minutes left to play here in the first quarter. It's a full timeout on the floor. We'll take a break here on Brookdale TV. Back after this.
To promote mathematics to young students.
I'm doing the math camp at Brookdale. Well, I did it last year, and it was really fun, so I decided to come back. I think it's good for learning in the summer because something called the summer slide. It can make you lose your math skills, and this helps.
Usually they think about math as something that being, worksheets and boring, and we want to show them the opposite side, the playful side, the beauty of mathematics.
Hello, my name is Shakesha Andrews. I'm from Longmont, New Jersey. I'm the point guard, and Brookdale is where I started my career and play basketball.
Hi, my name is Katie Malloy. I'm from Ocean Township, New Jersey.
Back inside the Robert J. Collins Arena, let's take a look at this last basket here by Vreeland. That made it 15-0, nice form. And the ready layup for Alexa Vreeland is good. So Ocean has their work cut out for them. They're down by 15. 5.5 minutes left to play here in the first quarter. Still spreading out their defense here as they're in a man-to-man defense, thrown away there by Brignolia. Now here's Bowen at the other end. The left-hand layup off the front rim, no good. Secured there by Branda.
One thing that we saw in the men's game in our first game of our doubleheader was the amount of turnovers Brookdale was able to get. Well, same story to open up this game.
Vreeland had another turnover there, but she was on the baseline after getting the pass from Malloy, so Brookdale will turn it over there. And checking into the game is Kayla Fletcher. She'll come in for Alexa Vreeland, who will come out of the game after some very nice opening minutes. Halfway through the first quarter, Brookdale again up by 15.
And Ocean just has not been able to even get many shot attempts because they've had a really difficult time holding on to the basketball.
Ulrich, an air ball from the corner. Now here's Fletcher to the hole. Went right over McCarthy, no call. And putting it in is Caitlin Malloy. Watch this, contact there. Oh, actually looked like McCarthy just fell on her own. I thought Fletcher may have leaned into her, but Malloy there with the putback. It's now 17, the Brookdale lead.
Yeah, and they're pitching a shutout, and Ocean is yet to get on the board. They are in desperate need of just getting something to feel good about. It's just not there.
Brignolia barely grazed the rim on that shot from behind the arc. Now here's Gianna Errico going coast to coast. Errico's shot rolls out, no good. She got her own rebound. Fletcher, right elbow jumper, back iron, no good. And the rebound to McCarthy. And Gianna Errico has a huge cheering section at home, as we always talk about. And her grandmother, huge fan of our telecasts, and is watching in her retirement community. Errico not able to get that floater in the paint to go. Now here's Ulrich again from behind the arc. This one way off the mark, and the rebound to Bowen.
Yeah, and Ulrich, their leading scorer. If they're not going to get good production from her, they just don't have a lot of sources.
And an offensive foul there on Brianna Bowen as she lowered the shoulder and took Ulrich down to the floor. Craig Morancy, their head official, there making the call. So it's now the second on Brianna Bowen, so that's really the only thing that Brookdale has had go wrong so far in this first quarter, with Brianna Bowen, one of their leading scorers, now with 2 fouls. She will go to the bench. Chikashi Andrews also on the bench as well, as Alexa Vreeland and Alexis Espada check back in. Another air ball there, as you see Coach Weston on the sidelines. First-year head coach, trying to build back a program at Ocean County, which, remember, only 2 years ago was the Region 19 Conference title champions when they played in the national tournament that was actually held here in Brookdale during the 2015-2016 season. But since then, they've had some difficulty trying to get back to that level. So Sydney Ulrich with the basketball, straight on 3, back iron no good. It was actually off the glass, too strong. Vreeland the rebound. Moving the ball up the floor, goes right into Ulrich again, and an offensive foul once again on Brookdale as Ulrich takes the charge.
Well, the only thing that slowed down Brookdale from opening this game up even more is they've turned the basketball over their fair share of times, the last couple by virtue of offensive fouls.
Tom Weston there on the sidelines, first-year head coach. I said in the opening, was an assistant coach on this team for several seasons. Now here's Donaldson inside, back out Ulrich, straight on three again, back iron no good. Rebound Brignolia, that doesn't even draw iron. Brignolia again, jump ball, possession arrow points Ocean County's way with 23 to shoot. Gianna Errico will come into the game. She will check in, I'm assuming, for Alexis Espada, who's wearing the pink headband tonight.
It's a new look for her.
Yeah, I like it. Stolen away by Malloy on the inbounds pass, and now it's up to Vreeland. Bounce pass to Errico. Tough shot, doesn't go. Rebound Vreeland. Shot clock did not reset. The ball didn't hit the rim. Now here's Nicolette Cooper with the jumper. It's tipped around and controlled by Errico. Shot clock resets now for Brookdale. Malloy against Donaldson in the paint. Turnaround shot, no good. Brignolia now back over to Ulrich. Donaldson outside to Branda for a long three. Again, way off the mark there from behind the arc. Ocean only shooting 21%. Did I just steal your line?
No, that was not my line. My line was going to be the only drama left in this quarter is to see if Brookdale can hold the shutout. I don't think we've ever seen that for a whole quarter.
I felt bad. I thought I was going to steal your stat line away. They're only shooting 21% from behind the three-point line as a team, the Vikings are. Poked away by Errico. Ulrich gets it back. Now Ulrich tied up. Jump ball back to Brookdale.
Jump ball, Brookdale basketball.
So with a minute 10, Brookdale potentially could have a shutout here in the first quarter. Would be impressive. Vreeland rims out, no good. Rebound Cooper. Cooper actually, I think, surprised herself that she was wide open and lays it in underneath the basket.
Yeah, I mean, you just have a demoralized looking team right now for Ocean. Let's see if they're able to kind of play some better stretches of basketball, but they just need something for them to feel good about.
Coach Brunson there looking on the sidelines a moment ago. Now again taken away by Vreeland. Vreeland to the lane. Layup doesn't fall. Fletcher, the high arcing layup, didn't even use the glass. That just went straight through the hoop. It's good. And the shot clock now has turned off. Ocean just wanting to get out of this quarter and try to reset here. Down by 21. Monica Brignolia. Now over to Shea Branda. And threw it away. Was looking in the corner for Brignolia with 4.1 left here in the game.
And Brookdale's played almost this entire quarter without Andrews even on the floor.
Yeah, Chikashi Andrews, who was honored pre-game, really hasn't had too many opportunities from behind the three-point line, as Fletcher not able to hit that three at the buzzer, as that will end the first quarter 21-0. Brookdale leads at the end of one quarter of play. We're coming back after this here on Brookdale TV.
I'm the center on the women's basketball team, and Brookdale for me is a stepping stone between high school and college.
Sorry. Hi, my name is Nicolette Cooper. I'm from Middletown, New Jersey, and my position is forward. Brookdale to me is a place to further my education and to meet new people.
My name is Caleb Fletcher. I'm from Freelborough High School. I play the guard position, and Brookdale is a two-year school to start off my career and my basketball career.
My name is Alexis Espada, and I'm from Matawan, New Jersey. I play the forward and guard position, and Brookdale is important to me because I continue my education and to play basketball here.
My name is Brianna Bowen. I'm from Neptune, New Jersey, and my position is a forward. Brookdale to me is a place for education and to play basketball.
Hi, my name is Zachary Lucani. I'm from Teaneck, New Jersey. I play the guard, and Brookdale for me is a home where I can play basketball and get a good education to better myself.
My name is Fres Cabrera. I'm from Perth Amboy, New Jersey. Buckets near you. They call me Mr. Jelly.
My position is shooting guard, and what is Brookdale did for you has been better in my education and furthering my knowledge.
My name is Jameek Moore from Hackensack, New Jersey. I'm the point guard for Brookdale, and I'm here to further my education in criminal justice. I'm proud to be a Jersey Blue.
Back here in the Robert J. Collins Arena, you see there Coach Chuzak and Sean Noel looking off in the sidelines. Coach Chuzak with a commanding win earlier today against Ocean. And if you're keeping score at home, that is now career win 517 for Coach Chuzak in his career.
That's a lot of tally marks if you're keeping score. You would have to be keeping score since like the 1980s or however long it's been.
Coach Chuzak started coaching in the early 90s, now taken away by Fletcher. Fletcher going all the way to the hole, not able to get the layup to go. Scooped up by Malloy. Brookdale resets again. Fletcher long two if it goes. Front rim no good. So we'll see how long Brookdale can continue to hold Ocean County scoreless. Ocean's still looking for their first points of the game. And Brian, I think you said it in the first quarter. Ocean just is struggling just to get a good shot right now as again taken away by Cooper.
Yeah, it's exactly been the problem. Just a lack of being able to hold on to the ball.
Cooper, a tough shot. Front rim no good. And pulled down by Langyel. As walking across the floor is Ulrich. Out of bounds there, going back to Brookdale.
It's just a miscommunication on the pass. Just not on the same page. And like you said, it'll be interesting to see just how long Brookdale can keep up this shutout for. I mean, I would say it would be an upset that we'd get to the half with it still intact, but you never know.
Vreeland left wing three. A little bit too strong. Bowen, though, the rebound. Now back out. Vreeland again. Long two. This one backside of the backboard. Got it back again. Shot clock didn't reset this time. Bowen, the long two is good. 23 now to nothing. Ulrich. Now over to Shea Branda. Back to Ulrich. Hoists up a three. Ocean County has just not had any luck. Cooper, or excuse me, this is Fletcher rather, I apologize. Fletcher underneath the basket lays it in. Now 25-0, Brookdale in front. Let's take a look at this again here with Bowen. Nice feed to Kayla Fletcher on the right low block. Ulrich thought about a three. Now we'll drive inside, forces it up there and in. Count the basket. So Ocean finally has something fall their way. And for Sydney Ulrich, it's now the opportunity for her to try to complete the three-point play from the line. Foul is on Alexis Espada, her first.
And you get a little bit of a sarcastic cheer there from some of the Ocean fans in attendance as they finally see their team put points on the board, but now have a long way to go still.
So Brookdale held Ocean County scoreless for the first 12 minutes as Andrews inside. The right-hand layup is good.
Andrews just able to get to the rim with ease after not having much activity in that first quarter after being honored before the game. Just a nice moment for her, being Brookdale's all-time leading scorer. That covers a lot of territory. Certainly an impressive feat.
Andrews now bounce pass up ahead to Fletcher again, and she finishes at the other end. 29-3. There's Brignolia. Dribbling it out to the top of the key. Shot clock now down to 10 for Ocean. Ulrich, straight on three, all alone. Back iron no good, rebound Andrews.
Yeah, Ulrich got a good look there.
And now Ulrich has the ball thrown at her foot, so it's a kickball. Watch this again.
Really nice pass from Andrews, leading Fletcher up the floor for the transition bucket.
Andrews the three. 32-3. Josh Andrews, probably one of the best players that we have seen ever to wear the Brookdale Jersey Blues women's basketball uniform. As here's another replay of here's Andrews. Look at how far behind the three-point line she is. That's NBA range and easily just able to drain it. Shooting 42% from behind the line this year.
In many ways, she's been kind of the Jameek Moore equivalent for this women's team, handling the load offensively, shooting the lights out from three, and leading this team all season long.
Andrews dumps it inside to Espada, who was all alone on the low block, and puts it in for two. 34-3. Ulrich. Now over to Brignolia. There's Langyao, feed inside to Ulrich in the paint. Hook shot, eye off the glass, no good. NFL pass there from Chikashi Andrews intended for Fletcher, and Fletcher just couldn't quite handle it, but wow, what a pass.
Yeah, well, that one she led her up a little too far as it one-hopped into the bleachers.
34-3, Brookdale still in command. Ulrich has got the only points in Ocean's entire game so far, and that time it's an air ball for Ulrich from the foul line. So under 5 minutes left to play here in the first half. Brookdale has won 3 games in a row, and from the performance that we're seeing, is that shot's no good there for the Jersey Blues in this possession. From what we're seeing so far, it looks like they will close out the season winning 4 straight games in their season finale here at home. They're still going to take on Northampton along with the men on Saturday, as we talked about in the men's basketball game. Langyao along 2. Ulrich the rebound, puts it up, rolls off the rim, no good. Bowen the rebound. And now Brookdale has some numbers with Fletcher to Andrews and puts it in.
And head coach Tom Weston just searching for answers there on the sideline. He's in a seated position, but really just nothing you can do when you're getting outclassed.
Brignolia, now Langyao, threw it at the feet of Ulrich, back to Brookdale.
Brookdale basketball.
See Tom Weston.
Number 20, Gianna Erico, and number 30, Caitlin Malloy.
I mentioned Ocean has 4 softball players on their roster. Maggie McCarthy, Monica Brignolia, Ayala Donaldson, and Bailey Langyao. And the reason why Ocean has those 4 players on is Andrews yet again nails a 3. The reason why those 4 players that come over from the softball team are on the basketball team this year is because Ocean has been plagued with losing players early on in the season, and they needed players basically to just keep the team together, as Andrews picks up a quick personal foul. They needed players, and that was what Tom Weston told me for the game was really their only option.
Yeah, it makes for a very difficult situation. I mean, it's been a long season for the Vikings, one that, you know, they certainly hope for a better performance to close out the year, but they don't have the wherewithal, as you talked about, their roster situation.
Brignolia over to Donaldson, jumper, short. And the rebound to Espada. First half moving very quickly, really haven't had too many fouls. Malloy at the other end lays it in, as Brignolia didn't pick her up inside the paint. It's actually been Brookdale that's been the perpetrator of the fouls. I don't believe Ocean County has committed 1 personal foul. See the nice feed there. Another steal again for Andrews. right at Brignolia. Not able to get the tough shot to go. Brignolia did get a hand in her face. It'll be Brookdale ball with 24 to shoot. So Andrews now will inbound. Bounce pass into Erico, blocked away by Donaldson.
There's a nice effort play on the defensive end from Donaldson, denying that shot from in close down in the paint, forcing Brookdale to inbound underneath.
Now Brookdale will try this again. Andrews had a shot to take a three. Donaldson again. That's 2 straight blocks now for Ayala Donaldson. And now Andrews, excuse me, that's Erico inside after the feed from Bowen. Two minutes to play here in the first half. Ulrich. Over to Lang-Yell, now back into Ulrich. Left-hand layup is good, and that breaks a scoreless drought that Ocean had been on the last 7.5 minutes.
Yeah, well, she's clearly their best player. She's gets the majority of the scoring for this team all season, and all 5 of their points here tonight.
Donaldson the rebound after Bowen couldn't hit the left wing 3. Ulrich back out to Brignolia. Ulrich in the corner. Brignolia left arc 3. Rims out, no good. Donaldson though the rebound. Ocean County will reset.
Yeah, they had nice ball movement on that possession. Found an open look, just didn't get it to drop.
Brignolia again. This one not able to fall. 2 nice open looks for Brignolia, but ball bounced out each time. Espada now back to Bowen. Inside to Erico. Malloy, nice layup.
It's really nice passing there from the perimeter, enter the post. Erico the decision to give it up, find Malloy for the easier basket, and she makes it count.
So approaching 30 seconds left here in the first half. Lang-Yell. Inside to Ulrich. Had her shot partially blocked by Malloy, and now Malloy commits a foul. And I think this will be a 2-shot foul for Sydney Ulrich.
These will be the first free throws taken by either side in this game.
So Sydney Ulrich, the 5'6" sophomore from Brick, New Jersey. Front rim on the first attempt from the line. Ulrich shooting 77% from the line. There's the Brookdale mascot, Coach Chuzak, checking his phone in the background. I wonder who he's texting. Maybe we could have Coach Chuzak on. Maybe bring him up in the booth or get him an extra microphone, maybe? I'll have to check on that. I don't know. So Ulrich able to add another point to the line. 45-6 now. Final 20 seconds here of the first half. Brookdale obviously in really no hurry to shoot here. Espada, nice look. No good. Rebound Ulrich with 5. Ulrich now with 2. Driving at the layup is good as the buzzer sounds. 45-8. Brookdale in command over Ocean County. Let's take a look at this replay here. Nice shot there by Ulrich to close out the first half. So that'll do it for our first half coverage. Brookdale leads 45-8 here on BTV. Back here with the second half after this. And welcome back inside the Robert J. Collins Arena in Lincroft, New Jersey. Getting ready to start the second half here on BTV. Tim Kettlefam alongside Brian Goudsworth. Brookdale leads 45-8 over the Ocean County Vikings in the season finale home regular season game of the year for the Jersey Blues. They have a commanding lead, and really not much a whole lot to say about this first half. Brookdale just having a dominating performance. But if anything, possibly, Brian, you know, it's possible that Brookdale can kind of take away from this an opportunity to maybe see players that we don't see too often on the floor, such as Nicolette Cooper, Alexis Espada, and even Kayla Fletcher to get some experience, which is critical and crucial as Brookdale now, similar with the men's team, is setting sights and turning their attention to possibly a conference run in the tournament championship for the Region 19 title, which is coming up.
Yes, Vreeland opens up the half with a three-pointer to extend to a 40-point lead. And yeah, it's a good opportunity for the players that you mentioned to give them an opportunity to get into the game, kind of get their feet wet. And like you said, an evaluation process for Rich Brunson and the coaching staff to see who might get some meaningful minutes as the games get bigger in the postseason.
Nice jumper there for Ulrich, who has the entire 10 points that Ocean County has amassed this evening. Malloy inside, right low block, not able to get that jumper to go. And it's scooped up by Branda. Ulrich now back over to Shea Branda. Trying to get it back into Sydney, and she lost it. It's taken away by Vreeland. Vreeland bringing the ball up the floor. Left-hand layup, actually with both hands, is good for Alexa Vreeland. Watch this again. Not sure, does she use both hands on this jumper? Actually, she may have gotten away with a walk, actually. May have dragged her third foot, taking a third step, but either way, Sydney Ulrich again. Starting to heat up a little bit in the second half. Malloy back out to Andrews. Now Vreeland squares up for a three. Front rim no good. Rebound pulled down by Brignolia, and Brignolia lost it out of bounds, but it's a foul on, looks like Caitlin Malloy.
That is her second.
So Malloy picks up her second personal foul. 50-12 now, Brookdale in front. Branda now over to Donaldson. Now here's Brignolia. And that's an air ball. Up ahead to Andrews. Andrews almost lost it out of play. Vreeland, right low block. Rebound Malloy. Shot clock resets for Brookdale. And now Andrews, the top of the key three is good.
Nice
Nice
ball movement there with the basketball along the foul line, back out for Andrews for the long range jumper.
So 53-12 now. 7.5 minutes to play. As out of bounds goes Andrews.
So we're joined actually up in the broadcast booth right now by Coach Chizek. Actually, we brought you up here because we're running out of stuff to talk about in this game, and we thought, well, you're a good talker, so we're going to bring you up.
Really good right now.
So you had a very dominating win, obviously, tonight against Ocean County, and now you set your sights on the
Well, you know, it's they're one of the top 4 or 5 teams in the region. You know, they got 3 losses. You know, it's a chance for them to probably get some weight against us. You know, for us, to be honest, we got a shot to be 28-0 on board this regular season, which would be great to do. We were there not the time before, and we lost some worse, and that was the year we won the national title. So I hate to use that, but I'm going to say it's been a good year, and the kids have played really hard, and we're starting to play pretty good down the stretch here. And that game against Northampton is going to be tough.
This is probably a different experience from you. You're used to looking at it from down on the floor. I don't think you've ever been up here in the press box before, right?
No, I've never been up here, you know, so because this is pretty far away, hopefully it makes me look a lot smaller.
Well, we haven't put a camera on you just yet, but we will eventually. But yeah, so now as a coach, how hard is it to coach this team, particularly now because you're 1 win away from having a perfect season? Doesn't that kind of play with the psyche of some of the players at some point?
Well, you know what? I don't think so. Not with this team. This team is very, very unique. Our practices have been very good. They know what's on the line, so, you know, they want to have it. You know, it'd be great to have. But we're also fighting to stay number one in the country, because if we're fortunate to have a good run in the playoffs, and they now what they do is they rate the teams out there. They when you go out there, it used to be districts, so you already knew who you're playing. It's not like that anymore. 1 through 8, if you get out to the Nationals, they put you up and bottom and everything else. So spinning me around in a circle.
Yeah, I'm spinning you around so we can get a look at you. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
But that's a big factor for us. But the key is once you get to the playoffs, we're going to get a bye. We're going to get a home game on the 27th here. So it's win or you're done. So,
yeah. Now we're moving to camera 2, Coach. Camera 2. There we go. Yeah.
But it's there. We have the opportunity to have a perfect season. That'd be great to do. But if it doesn't happen, we still have the playoffs, and we have one home game. If you win that, you go to the Final Four, which is down in Northampton. That's why this game also gives us an idea of what it's going to be like down there and how good they are. So all that's going to be interesting. So we'll see what happens.
Is this the best team that you've ever coached?
Talent-wise, yes. But you know what? There's always, until they match what the team that won the national title did, that'll be a huge factor. But yeah, this team has a lot of talent. We've had a lot of guys offered some scholarships already and getting heavily recruited, and that's what the program is about. Getting an education, have a chance to play basketball, and then further themselves. And if a scholarship's available, that's what it's all about.
Coach, Tim and I were talking during the game broadcast, and we felt like the first game of the season, you played a Division I team, and you won that game by 11 points, and that game seemed to kind of set the stage for this season, really set the tone. Did you feel the same way after that season opener?
I think one of the big things is I have a great coaching staff. I'm fortunate to have guys that have coached high school championships, region championships, and I got to say that the coaching staff kind of groomed them every day, every time we went to practice, and we worked to get better and better and better. And the kids accepted it and wanted to. Their mindset is they can score a ton of points. We're averaging, I think, in the 90s, high 90s. So my thing is that I still remember when we won the national title, the team that we played and beat Eastfield. Eastfield was averaging in the 90s, and they were averaging 90 in the tournament that year, and the score ended up 63-55 or 61-55. So the only reason I remember that's my combination from my garage door. But at 61-55, so there's a team that only scored 55 points, and we shut them down. So it's all about defense, and I think this team can play defense when it really wants to.
Now, Coach, this is your 26th year as a head coach. I know I've asked you this question before, both on camera and off camera, but 26th season, you've had so much success. You recently got your 500th career win. At any point, do you plan on slowing down?
You know what? I just turned 57, so I feel like I'm 29. I have a great better half, and without her allowing me to do this because she knows I love it. That's a key factor. My kids support me 110. They're all grown. I have grandkids that come to the game, and you probably have seen them. It's part of my life and their life. So, I enjoy it. My staff is good. We're already recruiting for next year. I love the Jersey Shore, and hopefully we'll have a pretty good recruit. We got to replace 8 sophomores, so that's going to be pretty difficult. But we're working at it already, and hopefully the fire will still be there like it's been every day since I've been here.
Looking ahead now to the postseason, a team like yours being undefeated doesn't seem to have too many concerns, but I'm sure you have one or two areas that stick out that need improvement. What specifically do you look at this team that you want to see improve on as the postseason comes?
Well, I don't think we're a tremendous outside shooting team. I think we're a better attacking the rim team. Sometimes we'll get comfortable shooting the ball outside. Jameek Moore can shoot, and there's some guys who can shoot it, but we really get to the rim and we get up and down the court. The addition of the second half with Tariq Holmes, and I think you even made a comment on the last game that we played here, that we got the ball up less than 4 seconds. And that's one of the things that our coaching staff stresses in practice about how fast we can get it up and get it up to the rim and get there and get some points. So, you know, and what happens, you have Bradshaw scored 30 against Cumberland. We turn around against Philly, and Zachary Olakalani has a great game and things like that. So I think that we're deep and we can play. So I think it's all about the defense. If we can hustle for loose balls and make things happen and make them shoot tough shots, we're going to be pretty good. We can be pretty good. I think we can make a factor. But the biggest problem with the region championships and then the region mid tournaments, just like last year when Passaic had 2 losses, Camden came in out of the 4 slot, beat them, and then we had a tough time with them in the finals. And we're down 10, and luckily we came back and beat them. We went to a zone, and we ended up winning. So anything can happen. So, you know, when you get there, you just got to play the best you can and cut down on errors.
I mean, I would assume you kind of talked about recruiting. That was going to actually be my next question. Recruiting starts already, probably, right? Looking forward to next year?
We've been recruiting already way back in September and October. We have already 2 transfers on campus that have come from 4-year schools. So we're real excited about that. We're right now looking at some kids in the area as well as up north. And we always get a surprise here and there, you know. You take a guy like Matt Ringel, was a transfer to SUNY Brockport that we got. Grant Good was at Nyack, who transferred in. So when you look at situations like that, and Kenny LaRocca was at TCNJ, he's here. You know what? And it all came back for different reasons. And we're pretty good in a way where we're doing well in the classroom. We got some guys who've been offered scholarships and they're getting heavily recruited. Trying to keep them focused is probably our biggest test. And right now, you know, that's what this is all about, and makes the job a little bit easier, a lot of fun. And, you know, and so recruiting, you know, every day it's a different cycle. You know, we talked to a lot of people, and after 26 years, there's been a lot of people along the way that have helped us with kids or found a kid or saw somebody or heard somebody's home or whatever. And what we do is we pursue them, and hopefully that's how it kind of lands. So, you know, Coach Brunson has been really effective and helped us tremendously with some kids in the last 4 or 5 years. And, you know, it's so great to see a guy that was player of the year that led us to the national champs, and Neil Thompson on the bench, you know, with Coach Brunson. So, you know what I mean? It's a family affair, and see what we can do.
All right, well, Coach, one last question for you. Heading into Northampton, probably the biggest game of the year on the road. You got to knock them off. If you do that, you have a perfect season, and then you go into the region title. Mindset heading into that game?
Into the region game?
Yes.
Well, we're going to have 10 days off. So that's big. That's number one. So our mindset's going to be, how are we going to use those 10 days so that our kids don't get lazy? It'll be academically minded. But, you know, we're going to have to challenge each other and make sure we don't get soft in a way that we're not ready to play. The second thing is probably my biggest feel is that injuries or anybody, Pete does a tremendous job as a trainer. This will give some guys to recover, like Jameek Moore, who's had some problems with his knees, some other guys with ankles, this and that. So it'll give them a chance to recover. So we should be really good to go on the 27th, that first playoff game.
All right, well, Coach Chizak joining us up in the broadcast booth for a few minutes. Coach, thanks so much. We really appreciate you coming up here.
Listen, thank you very much. This is a little high for me, so I'm going to go down. And thank you. But you guys do a tremendous job, and keep it up. And hopefully we'll keep playing. And next that Tuesday we'll play really well. So
thank you, Coach.
Thank you very much, Coach. Appreciate it. Thank you. Coach Chizak joining us up in the broadcast booth for a few minutes. And now he's going to head back downstairs to celebrate yet another win this evening, his 517th career win. Closing minutes here of the third quarter. Sydney Ulrich with a nice step-back jumper there. 64-21 now, Brookdale leads. Under 45 seconds left to play. Espada, the long three. Back iron, no good. And the rebound will roll out of bounds back to Brookdale. Brianna Bowen will come in for Kayla Fletcher, who will check out of the game. And Andrews now will inbound underneath, or actually in front of her own bench. Shot clock is turned off here in the third quarter. Andrews long two, good. Josh Andrews has been pretty strong after getting off to a quiet start in the first half. Sydney Ulrich, long three, in and out, no good to end the quarter. 66-21. Want to thank Coach Chizak once again for joining us on the broadcast booth. Final 10 minutes of basketball here from the Collins Arena coming up after this.
Is like doing the different activities that we do in the morning. It's like strengthen my skills, like my basic skills of math. I like building with Connects and doing this Jeopardy game that we do in class. I want to come back again.
So thank you, everybody. You guys did a great job. So pick up.
Brookdale Mathematical Puzzle Summer Camp got accepted at the American Mathematical Association of Two-Year Colleges conference, which will gonna take place in November in San Diego, California, and we are gonna present everything about the summer camp and help other instructors starting the same activities to promote mathematics to young students.
I'm doing the math camp at Brookdale. Well, I did it last year and it was really fun, so I decided to come back. I think it's good for learning in the summer because something called the summer slide. It can make you lose your math skills, and this helps.
Usually they think about math as something that being, worksheet.
Back here in the Robert J. Collins Arena, 10 minutes left here in the fourth quarter. Developing story on the sidelines. Kayla Fletcher has an ice pack on her right knee. She had been playing fairly well in the first half and had contributed very nicely, but she, from what we're seeing, probably not going to return to the game. I don't believe it's going to hurt Brookdale too much, though. They lead 66-21. Tim Kettlefem alongside Brian Goudsward. Getting ready to wrap up our regular season of broadcasting here on Brookdale TV. There'll be a couple of playoff games that'll be coming up in a few weeks. You can go on to brookdaleathletics.com for more information about the start times as Espada rims out there on the long two from the corner. Donaldson. Now over to McCarthy. McCarthy back to Ulrich. A little bit too far underneath the basket for that shot. So 66-21. 9:02 remaining. Andrews, NBA range three. This one way off the mark, no good. Rebound Cooper. And Cooper tries to get it over to Malloy. Now back out to Bowen. Andrews kicking it back out to Cooper. Long two. Somehow almost rolls into the rim, but it did not. Andrews the rebound. Espada now back out to Bowen. Andrews with the drive, now back out Bowen. Left wing three on the way for Brianna Bowen, no good. Cooper again the rebound, and this time Brookdale just strikes out on all ends, just not able to get one bucket to go after several offensive rebounds. So here's Donaldson, now back out to Ulrich. Feed to Donaldson on the right elbow, jumper back iron, no good. Rebound Cooper. Bowen to the hole, lays it in with the left hand. Let's take a look at the replay. It's three there from Andrews. I remind you that our telecast this evening is brought to you by Joyce & Subs and Pizza. You can call them at 732-741-9660 or go online at joycesubsandpizza.com. They're open until 8 every night. Donaldson there, the long two from the foul line is no good.
Which means it's a little too late to get your Joyce's Subs and Pizza.
Yeah,
if you were thinking tonight was a good night.
Yeah.
You missed it by 6 minutes.
If Chizak had maybe not talked as much, maybe we would have gotten that in. Now, of course, we love Coach Chizak, of course. Very gracious, giving us a few minutes here on air in the third quarter. Ulrich the long three, front rim no good. It'll almost bounce out of bounds. Freeland, the feed inside to Bowen. She was trying to get in the Malloy. On the floor goes McCarthy, and she traveled. She's laughing. And I guess at this point, when you're Ocean, I mean, you got to try to laugh at something, as it has been a miserable day if you're a Vikings player on the floor. So out comes Maggie McCarthy, still with a smile on her face. She goes to the bench. Malloy inside, not able to get the jumper, or I should say the layup to go from the right low post. Now here comes Ulrich up the floor for Ocean. 68-21. Brignolia. Now out to Langyel. Ulrich, who's really been the entire offense. Donaldson from the foul line, too strong, not even close, and a spot of the rebound.
Yeah, Ocean has been hard-pressed to find anyone other than Ulrich to score the basketball in this game for the Vikings.
Malloy inside with a nice layup. And now a timeout is going to be taken by Ocean. Take a look at this last bucket by Brookdale. See Malloy able to get it there. So Coach Tom Weston going to take a brief timeout. We'll keep it here on Brookdale TV. 5:59 remaining here in the fourth quarter. As I said, Brookdale, this will be their final regular season home game. They go up to Northampton, as Coach Chizak talked about on the men's side. The women play also Northampton on Saturday at 12 p.m. Eastern Time. And then, of course, as we have said many times, there'll be 2 playoff games coming. Check BrookdaleAthletics.com for more information as to when those games will appear. And for Brian and I, we are coming down to the end of our second season as a broadcasting duo in the broadcast booth. Ulrich, the long three there, and doesn't go. Yeah, I would say we've had a pretty successful run.
Yeah, and it sure helps that we've seen a lot of good basketball. I mean, to have both of the teams play the way they do, I mean, obviously it goes without saying on the men's side, but this women's team being one of the better teams in their respective region as well, so it makes it easier for us when we get to see high-quality basketball being played each broadcast.
So Vreeland will inbound. Finds Bowen. Now back to Vreeland. And a timeout taken by Coach Brunson. It'll be a 30-second timeout, 5:32 remaining. Coach Brunson, the head coach, as I said at the top of the broadcast, as you see there, Kayla Fletcher still being aggravated by that right knee. Coach Brunson, a Rutgers Scarlet Knight from 1979 to 1983. He will routinely, when the schedule aligns itself, take his entire team up to the rack in Piscataway, New Jersey to watch the Rutgers women's basketball team play at home. He's done that a few times. He says it's good exposure and nice for the players to get to see a different arena and certainly see how the Rutgers women's basketball team has played. Brunson obviously has some contacts up there, being a former player, so.
And certainly you have your ties to that program.
Yeah. Been fortunate to get some nice opportunities up there, but Brunson has gone up there several times. Never been able to quite cross paths at the same time while we're up there, but nonetheless, breakaway there, not able to get the layup to fall. That was Branda. Ulrich underneath the basket, high off the glass and in.
Well, this was a game that Brookdale started the first quarter plus without allowing a single point on the board. They led, what was it, 25-0 to start. And obviously it's been a game that has been all Jersey Blues from the get-go.
Cooper, nice shot there, 72-23. Donaldson at the foul line. Will drive inside and draws contact on Espada. There'll be a personal foul on Espada. Actually, I'm sorry. They're going to call the foul instead on Alexa Vreeland, not Alexis Espada. So now Ayala Donaldson, the 6'1" freshman from Lakewood, New Jersey. Not able to hit the first attempt from the line. It's been a tough evening for Ocean. They've had their struggles this year. And playing one of the better teams, if not one of the best teams in the Region 19 Conference in Brookdale this evening. Not certainly an easy match, as Kayla Fletcher going to the trainer's table, obviously in some type of discomfort. I don't remember seeing anything happening to Fletcher on the floor. So it must have been something that we didn't catch up here in the broadcast booth, but she's getting worked on with that right knee.
Sometimes it's hard with our bird's eye view we have up here.
Go ahead, Brian.
We sometimes miss those little things that happen.
Yeah, we certainly didn't see what happened to Espada there, happened to Fletcher. She's being worked on the trainer's table as Vreeland not able to score on her drive to the bucket. Under 4 minutes to play. 72-23. Ulrich now over to Donaldson. Guarded very tightly there by Bowen. Donaldson puts the ball on the floor. Bowen has it. Jump ball. Going back to Brookdale.
Yeah, and Bowen is a player who's really had a nice season. She's kind of become the secondary scorer to, of course, what Andrews does, but really the all-around game for Bowen has been there defensively. See there, she dives for the basketball, does a lot of things well, and definitely one of their more important players.
And there is Espada there, not able to get the jumper to go. Ball swinging around the Bowen in the right arc. Now cross-court pass to Vreeland for three. That's off the mark. Ulrich to the hole. She's fouled.
And Brookdale has not committed very many personal fouls in this game since it started. And so that's kind of kept things moving here in what has been a lopsided affair.
See again on our monitor, Kayla Fletcher continuing to be worked on. She's now getting her right knee wrapped up, so some inflammation possibly. It's causing her some discomfort. She had a pretty good effort, as I said, in going in the first half as Andrews rims out on the three. But Brian, both of these two teams, you have to say, for this season, both the Brookdale men's team, obviously undefeated, #1 in the country, and even the Brookdale women's team, while they have had their struggles this year, they're arguably probably one of the better teams in the conference. And both teams, I would say, have a pretty good shot at taking down a Region 19 title in a few weeks.
Yeah, and you look at this women's team, they're third in the region right now. They jumped one spot ahead because they were fourth. And yeah, if they play their game, which is the commitment on the defensive end, offensively, move the ball around, shoot their threes with Andrews, let Andrews be the leading scorer, get open looks for Bowen and Vreeland off of that, this team can be successful and is capable of beating some of the better teams in the region.
And of course, that tournament will be held at Northampton, not here at the Collins Arena here on Brookdale Community College. Last few years it's been held here, but Northampton has the semifinals and the finals this year. Bobby Mui Piro, one of the officials there, almost got offered a cookie from the Brookdale baseball team, Brookdale baseball and softball team, trying to raise some money this evening for their athletics department. And she was offered the cookie. She didn't take it, though, which I'm surprised. I would have taken the cookie.
Well, you can't take a cookie when you're officiating a game. I mean, you know.
So we have a inadvertent buzzer there as Vreeling going the other way. Nope, not able to get the layup to go. I would have just shoved it in my mouth, though. And just, you know, you could just put it in there. Another inadvertent buzzer there.
Something's going on with the buzzer, yeah.
And now play is stopped.
Scores table doesn't want to admit who it was.
Could be Bo Scanapico, our scorekeeper there, women's softball coach.
So that gives us some comedic relief.
Well, we've had some difficulties with this scoreboard system. Remember, we were talking about it in the men's game a few weeks ago when Brookdale was taking on Sussex. Brookdale eclipsed the 100-point mark, and then the scoreboard, instead of scoring 100 points, went down to 0, and they couldn't get that to work. So now we've had 2 problems with the buzzer on the shot clock. So Brookdale obviously is going to get their 18th win on the year. They will now stand at 14-3 in the Region 19 conference, and will have won 4 straight. Ulrich, after the nice feed from Donaldson, lays it in underneath the basket. For Ocean County, unfortunately, they will record their 20th loss of the year. As you see Coach Brunson looking on, Sean Noel, athletic director, in the background in the pink. Freeland there for 3, no good. Bowen, though, puts it in underneath the basket. And it's going to be certainly a disappointing way for Ocean County to close out the year. Only 1 Region 19 win on the women's side.
Yeah, and this was a game that we started the broadcast talking about Andrews because, of course, she became the highest scoring player in this program's history, but she hasn't really been asked to do a whole lot, and in her place, Brianna Bowen has stepped up and been the player of the game.
So Brookdale in no hurry to shoot here. Getting ready to record yet another win on the year. Andrews just going to try to let the clock dribble out. Brookdale led 45-8 at halftime. And Brookdale won't even put up a shot there. And now with 9.7 left, Brookdale will have Ocean have one last possession here. Brookdale will win their 4th straight game in a row, heading into a very tough matchup coming for them on the road on Saturday against Northampton. Final score 74-25. The Jersey Blues are victorious here in the Collins Arena this evening, taking down Ocean County. Brookdale has done a fantastic job here at home this year on both sides of the basketball, and in their regular season home closer, final regular season home game of the year, they put on a dominating performance against Tom Weston's Ocean County Vikings. So Tim Kentelfema and Brian Gounsworth back in the broadcast booth, getting ready to wrap up this broadcast and wrap up the regular season of coverage here of Brookdale basketball here on BTV. Both the men and the women are victorious tonight. And Brian, now we look forward for both of these two teams to the Region 19 title championship tournament, which will be held in a few weeks. The quarterfinal matches will be held here in the Collins, and the semis will be up at Northampton. Again, you can check BrookdaleAthletics.com for the times and the dates of those games. But for both teams, for the men and the women, the I would say they have pretty good momentum going into both of those tournaments.
I would say you have a good point there. And, we've seen a lot of good basketball this season. It's been fun to watch here, all our broadcasts. But starting with the men's team, another dominating performance today as they get ready now for the postseason. And then the women follow up with yet another convincing victory as they're really playing their best basketball this season now. They have caught some breaks here with the schedule, playing some of the bottom teams in the region, but still you have to take advantage, and the women's team has been able to do that. Congratulations, of course, go out to Andrews for her accomplishment, honored before the game, and really just another great season of Jersey Blues basketball.
And then, of course, the men, as we've talked about many times, they are undefeated. They're the #1 team in the country, and we had Coach Chizek up here in the broadcast during the third quarter, and he feels confident as to where they're going, and right now they're on their way to not only a title in the Region 19 tournament, but possibly a berth in the national championship game.
Yeah, and they have all the ingredients to be that kind of a team to win it all because they have a go-to scorer. We've talked about plenty of times Jameek Moore. You heard what Coach Chizek had to say about his best player as well, but even beyond that, the defensive play that this team has brought in and game out, led by Ringel, all the contributing players as well. It seems like it's somebody else each game that goes by, so there's no reason why, and I think Coach Chizek has the confidence in his team that they can do something special again this year.
So Brookdale, again, is victorious tonight in the Collins Arena. They take down Ocean County in both the men's and the women's games. Now, as I said, the quarterfinal matches will be held here at Brookdale in a few days. You can check brookdaleathletics.com for the times and dates. The opponents have not been set, and the game times have not been set, so that's why we encourage you to visit that. And, of course, when they are set, we'll have those games live here on BTV. So for our entire Brookdale TV crew, for Brian Goudsworth, I'm Tim Catalfamo. Thanks for tuning in all season long, and we'll see you in the quarterfinal matches for the Region 19 title coming up in a little while. Have a good night, everybody, from the Robert J. Collins Arena in Lincroft, New Jersey.